to this time that we are giving for divine learnings. Today, we shall be reflecting on what Baba says in the Murli that is dated 9th March 2009. The title of the Murli is Every Day, Wear the Angelic Dress, the Special Gift of Holy, Every Now and Then, and Burn the Holy of Old Sanskars. So let's look at sharing what is our takeaways from this Murli. So this is going to be interactive, where we are going to be having it open. So whoever wants to share can start sharing from now about the takeaways from this Murli. To start with, let's look at the holy that is there in the Lokik life, the holy that we celebrate nowadays in this current age. If you see it around, there is a lot of syntheticity. The colors are synthetic. There is use of chemicals. The music is loud. People merge or combine celebration with noise. The quality of food and drink, all of that is impure. And the kind of holy that we have learned, or we have been learning, is a holy of purity. The holy of knowledge, powers, and virtues. Gyan, Shakti, or Gun. The difference in the two holies, especially in the current times, when there is so much of depletion of sanskars, and with the spiritual sustenance that Baba is giving us, it's counting on us to create Satyug around us and in the world, bringing forth purity, being amidst the impurity that is around us. Yes, anyone would like to share? What is your meaning of holy?
Om Shanti, brother. You're
Yes,
asking
sister.
us to share the Baba's teachings, right? The 3 ways he has expressed holy.
Yeah.
So one is holy, matlab ho gaya. It's all over now.
Mm,
It's past. So past is past, so that you can move on.
mm, yeah.
And the second, what I recollect is holy is the pure form, like HOLY, holy. You know, the holy
Yeah.
of the holy soul, the holy.
True.
And there's one more I'm trying to recollect. There's a third one I know. Holy, holy, and the third is
The
Shall
third
I?
one is of
not coming to my
belonging.
brain.
Shall I
Belonging.
take
Correct.
Baba?
Right, right.
The third one is of belonging. Okay.
Right, right. मैं
When you say
तुम्हारी
"मैं
होली
Baba ki holy,"
होली हाँ
means,
जी okay.
yeah. So where you surrender, where you give yourself, where you merge into being one.
Right.
Right. So these are the 3 points that you spoke about, what Baba said. What is it that if we churn or we get deeper into it, what else can we take out as compared to the situation that is there around in this world right now? Where do we stand? What is it that we can contribute to the society? Yeah, Rakiban, you were saying something?
Yes, you spoke about it. The third thing of what holy is to belong to Baba is, but then you continued there. That was what I was mentioning.
Okay.
And this Murli focuses on the foundation of purity as one of the virtues. As we're speaking about what values and virtues we're taking out from this Murli, what I could see in this Murli is Baba is speaking largely about purity. And how I see purity is not just connecting to what. No, so let's take an example. If I like a person, I'll be showering complete purity on that person. But that's not purity according to me. According to me, purity, what I get is it's going to be showering purity to everyone. It is like Behad ka purity. It cannot be a limited space. So that's what I got from this Murli is Behad ka purity is the foundation of lot other virtues. And the other 4 virtues that Baba speaks in this Murli is happiness, peace, love, and he's also speaking here about being with self, content with self and bringing that contentment all through. So that's what I get from this Murli.
Yeah, so purity is the mother of happiness, peace, love, and bliss. Sukh, Shanti, Prem, or Anand, Param Anand. So the emphasis that Baba has been ongoingly having on purity and the challenges that people face in following the path of purity could be of any of the sanskars. Now, what happens is that how do we go out and we converse with people? What do we say? Ye mera swabhav hai. This is my nature. Now, if you see, we all are deities. Baba says we all are Devi Devtas. And look at any of the Devi Devtas that are there. Look at the aura. Look at the stability. Look at their level of purity. Which Devi Devta will you see will not have that divinity reflecting from where they are? Then how can we say that this is our sanskar? Every year there is a practice of burning the effigy of Ravan. Now, it's customary that when Holi comes, तो रावण के पुतले को जलाओ. You take the effigy, you burn it, and every year there is competition even in burning the effigy of Ravana. It is also said that every year the effigy has to become a bit bigger. It has to be bigger than the last year. Now, actually, if we see it from the angle of knowledge, what sense does it make? What is Ravan? Ravan is those sanskars which are ruled by Maya, be it Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankar, Irshya, Dvesh, Grina, Alasya, Albelapan. And in this Murli, Baba specially spoken about these two old sanskars of carelessness and laziness. In fact, he is very clearly said of having a whole session on that. So every year when we burn the effigy, what is burnt is burnt. It goes into ashes. Then how does it come back? And there are promises that we make, uh, resolutions that we make, commitments that we make, that I give up this sanskar. But the control and command of Maya, we make ourselves so weak and so vulnerable that Maya takes over. And the promise washes away. And then there is repentance, there is guilt, then there is helplessness, then you give up. And then we say, मेरे से नहीं होता. मैंने बहुत कोशिश की. I've tried a lot. It doesn't happen. No matter how much I try, the same sanskars keep on coming again and again. Even with ego, we go and in defense of our own self, we can say, yes, this is my nature. This is the way I am. So we are actually making Ravan's nature, calling that nature, collapsing that by calling it ours. We are saying that is our nature. But we are Devi Devta Swarup. How can it be our nature? So the first thing that one of the things that Baba said in this Murli is to uncollapse that this is not your nature. You have been colored by it, you've been consumed by it, you've been ruled by it. Yes, we can say that, but we cannot say that that is our nature. And with the spiritual sustenance, with ongoing yoga, Baba very clearly said in this Murli about combined Swarup. जहां बाप होता है वहां पाप नहीं होता. When father's there in the combined Swarup, how can there be any influence of Maya? And what is the reason that we would have a combined Swarup with Baba? Why would we say that? And if we are saying that, do we believe that? It is very, I would say, if not for a better word, that it is very human when we say, when we make certain commitments. Even when we go to listen to any of the discourses, something that we get inspired by, in that euphoric moment, we make a commitment, we make a promise, which is way larger than what we can fulfill at that point in time. But then the conditions around take over. Why? Because we have not charged ourselves enough. The promises have been too big. So as we reflect and look into it, one of the practices would be to make small promises. What you can't fulfill today, you can't fulfill today. Should you fulfill? Yes, you should. But you can't fulfill today. At that moment, taking it easy and taking one thing at a time where you work on it, you cleanse yourself. You go deep into yourself, cleanse that self, that that sanskar, free from the impact or the grip that is having on you, and allow yourself to emerge out of that, such that it doesn't come back to rule you again. Yes, anyone would like to add anything? What are you getting for yourself? Anything that you can see for yourself?
Om
Anshuman?
Shanti.
Yes, Amiman.
Actually, as what I see in this Murli is that from 63 births, we have coated with so much different colors in life that's it's very difficult to remove that each and every coat from our soul. So Baba says that deep in the knowledge of oceans, powers and virtues. So when you take a dip in that, what happens? These colors will be released. Matlab, it will release itself. You don't have to put any effort for that. So when you take an help of Baba's coming, or when you totally involve yourself or surrender yourself with Baba, these 63 birth colors will remove itself and you don't have to work hard and you imbibe the colors of knowledge, virtues and power. That's what I see.
Yeah, adding on to what you just said, Ami Ben, Baba is mentioned in this Murli very clearly of two things. He says, Maya initially separates you, isolates you, and then starts playing with those two sanskars of carelessness and laziness. And the other part that Baba mentions in this Murli is how you can separate, how can you be away from this play of Maya is keep colored yourself in the company of Baba, be in that combined Swarup. And as you rightly said, the method to get into this combined Swarup is dip ourselves every day in the ocean of powers, virtues, values. And the axis that I see here is only yoga. Be connected with Baba, not just while we are sitting and doing meditation, but every action, every intention that we are with, we we see and ask ourselves a question: if Baba would have to do this, how will he do it? So being agile and every time taking that suggestion from Baba before we act is what I'm getting through, is the way to color ourselves in the new color, which will allow us to move forward and make this world a Satyug, not in a future, but at this moment.
So over a period of births, the sanskars that keep on getting added on, uh, the karmic cycle that you're here to fulfill in this birth in the confluence age, the learning, the awareness that we Brahmins have of completing our karmic accounts and to ensure that we are not building any new ones. Two things. One is cleaning your old accounts. And the second is to ensure that you're not building new ones. That happens when you actually belong to the Father. The third point that Harpreet Ben was we were speaking about with when Harpreet Ben was sharing that जब बाबा की होली है, then everything that you take is in the faith and trust that it's drama. I'd like to share one incident with you. A few years, just about, I think, 4 years ago, I was traveling by train, and it was not my normal route that I was traveling and coming down. And one of my friends asked me for a favor. He wanted me to get some money, which on his behalf. Usually, I would carry a bag, and but that day I did not have a bag. I went, I collected the amount, and I had it in my hand. And as I was walking, someone just hit me on my hand and just took that money. And for a couple of moments, I was dazed. I didn't know what happened. Uh, After that, the next thing that would come was, of course, a lot of things. What I should have done, what I could have done, that could have saved that money from getting snatched away from me. I could have kept it in the pocket. Why did I need to keep it in a bag which was there in my hand? Why wasn't my grip too tight so that no one could take it away? But in a couple of moments when I stabilized and I said, no, let me look at, and I was yet on the railway bridge when I was thinking about all of this, when it happened. In the next couple of moments, I got that, okay, if I look at it from the point of drama, why has this happened? I was not supposed to travel by that route. Usually I have a bag. I did not have that bag. I could have kept it in the pocket. I did not keep it in the pocket. My grip was loose. I could have had a tighter grip. Everything came. But why did it happen? Because that was the karmic account that I had with that person, which is beyond my awareness. Now, usually when an incident like this would happen, we would swear and we would give a lot of badduas to that person. We'll pass on that hurt to that person. The three things that I did was, the first thing that I did was send him vibrations to the guy who snatched it away from my hand. I sent him vibrations that, see, if you've taken this from me, there must be some need that you must be having. Okay. So this is the first thing that I'm doing, that I'm not going to be sending any negative vibrations your way. I don't know what purpose you're going to use the money, but it's gone from me and it's with you. The second thing I realized is that my karmic account got complete over there. Must be, I don't know of which birth, like Amee Ben said. There are many, it could be something over the last so many births. So I thanked them. I thanked that guy who snatched the money away from me, that because of you, you became the Nimit soul. Because of you, my karmic account got over, and you took that account on your head. And the third thing that I did was thank Baba for the sustenance that could have me be settled. And in a couple of moments, to come back to composure. Probably in the next 10 minutes, I was absolutely normal, got back to work, to doing what I was doing, and actually could practice what Harpreet Ben said, no? Past is past. Holy. Ab ho gaya to ho gaya. No point of thinking about it, repenting, talking about that to other people. So that practice actually allowed me to operate from purity. The knowledge that we got from the spiritual learnings, I could put it to practice and gift myself that purity. Yes, Anshuben?
Brilliant, brother. I was just thinking how you could make your intellect cluttered free by making it a wonderful pause. I'll say a big full stop. And for me also, I was just thinking what I had gone through. Yes, the knowledge, sooner I stop it and I finish it with a grace, like whatever account is being cleared off. That's a wonderful learning, and we are more motivated. Every experience teaches us, grooms us for a better reason, and it's wonderfully experienced. Thank you, brother. I totally agree with it. Thank you.
Brother, just to add on to what you just said, I have also kind of similarly, practiced this quite a lot. The fact that things don't go the way you wish in life and you get these sudden jolts. Sometimes it's sudden, sometimes it is subtle, but it is always there. And initially, yes, I would, there is obviously a human nature to feel grief, pain. And then I would actually pray, connect, and then realize that the same thing what you said, that connect to the fact that there has to be some old karmic situation and you're receiving what you're supposed to receive. And if you can take that as a gift, as a way to give you an opportunity to discover your own self through that jolt that you just received, when you start reflecting on that and take Baba's help, you actually become calm, peaceful, and you actually let go of that situation. And you just look ahead then how to make sure that you're not stuck in this situation again. And how do you make sure that you're going to handle it differently? Like how Baba says, always remain ever ready. So are you going to be ever ready to receive such jolts, and your reaction is going to be always better than the past one? Om Shanti.
Harpreet, then if we all of us see, we've got so much of learnings and knowledge, haven't we? Uh, Even before we came into Gyan, the virtues and values that or maybe our parents taught us or we learned in school about certain disciplines, uh, about certain good values as far as your behavior is concerned. But our addiction to get ruled by Maya, actually, there, when I talk about myself, I wouldn't comment on anyone else. But if I share and reflect, talk about myself, I would say that do I want purity? Of course, the answer would be yes, I want purity. But I don't want purity. I'm only pretending to be pure. Now it might sound like a harsh one, but if I can be right in the face with my own self, if I really want purity, then how will I allow myself to be hijacked by any of those things that would be coming out of Maya. How? I may give a valid reason of uh, हाँ इतने सालों से एक नेचर बना हुआ है, या maybe it is a karmic yeah, sorry, it's something that is a karmic cycle, maybe, which is accumulated over a period of so many births. But if it is right now, if I'm committed, then I'm committed. Then there is nothing else. And if there is something else, then I stop making a drama of that I'm committed. Yeah, I'm practicing. I may be falling, but I don't say that I'm committed, because that is again getting impurity in the path of purity. Since the time we've been into the learnings, Baba keeps on repeating the same thing again and again in some different form or the other in every murli. Why does Baba need to repeat? Because Baba knows, Baba understands that it will be required to be told again and again and again till a time will come when the soul will be ready to imbibe that, to be that, and to shine out of that value or virtue. Till that time, the reminder that Baba is giving us in every murli is only to build up our strength and immunity to fight with Maya, nothing else. Otherwise, whatever Baba is saying is not rocket science. It's very simple. Day-to-day practices of the awareness. Rakhi Ben said yog. Yeah, yog. Okay, connected with Baba. Great. Yog is important. But every moment to be agile to catch yourself. That what am I getting out of operating from that space which is not pure, which is having some kind of, uh, I would say, an attachment. Like how you said, it's a human nature, no? When there is anything that happens, we operate from attachments, as if attachment is going to give us something. The Baba never got attached to anything. Whenever any of the dadis or any of the brothers were going to leave their body, he knew about it in advance. But the reason why Baba is because he was free from that world, that shackles of attachment. So not that we've got to make big promises, big declarations, but only, I would say, to withdraw yourself, reflect, and look at whatever I'm doing. Is it serving me? Is this really who I am? So actually separating yourself that this is not my sanskar, this is Ravan's sanskar, which is there on me, and I am taking that off.
Adding on to what you just mentioned, what I was saying was, we say Baba is repeating same thing again and again through murlis. And if we take this practice of keeping our bit of things that's required, playing our role, rather than expecting that whatever I am telling, the other person should accept it and behave in a particular manner, the way I think is right. Okay. And then I give up on that person because that person is not listening to me. there also I see is impurity, because then I'm expecting the other person to behave in a particular manner. And there is an cut of impurity there, because a pure, conditional, unconditional space of purity and love will be I do my bit of it and I leave the rest to the time it shows up. That's what Baba is doing through this Murli. He is giving us sustenance, he's giving us knowledge for us to imbibe it, because he knows one day the soul will get connected and he's not giving up on us. So standing in the place, in the place of purity and giving what we can give. And we are no one to give, we are just nimit. Standing in that place and practicing purity is what I was seeing while you were sharing this, that Baba is telling every day the same thing, though it's very simple, but he keeps continuing doing the same thing. So can I do the same thing? Can I be the same person like Baba is for each one that I connect with? Is a point to reflect on and take back. I don't know whether I'll be able to do it or not, but that is something which I would want to take on from here. Do my bit of it. A simple example is going to be if people are not listening to me, and if I'm getting angry bit of it, I'm getting irritated out of it, then that is showing up because of that impurity there. There is an attachment, there is an expectation that's sitting there. So looking at these simple things and bringing that up is what I'm taking on from this.
And that's what we have learned also, to not be involved. In today's times, you may be required to do your uh, duties, but don't get involved with people around, because you don't know where they are coming from. So when you say you do your bit, just do it your bit. I will do my bit is also having an element of I. So converting impure to I am pure, breaking it up and getting that, yes, it is my attachments, it is my involvement that is having me have these kind of experiences. When you set yourself free from that over a period of time with practice, when you do it as a nimit, not as an ego. That was a good point that you brought up, Rakiben. All right, anyone else? So the practice of this week is going to be about catching two practices which might be subtly ruling you. If it is mainly the old sanskar of carelessness and laziness, alasya or albelapan, catching yourself if at any place am I getting ruled by that, or is there some other way that I can operate, that I can think, that I can talk, or that I can act in a different way that would serve with purity. Okay, anyone else? All right. Uh, Amiben, can you put some nice music? We can just do yoga for 2 minutes of
Sure.
reflection.
Sure.
As you compose yourself and sit calm and relaxed, nothing on your head. Leaving all the worries and concerns aside. You set yourself in the seat that I am a royal soul. I am the royal father's royal child. I am a Trikaldarshi, seeing and considering all three aspects of time. The beginning, middle, and end. Adi, Madhya, Ant. I sit in the seat of determination. That I am a pure soul. I am ready to reflect and look within. And take off all that is impure. I am determined that whatever doesn't serve me doesn't deserve me. My Father is counting on me to spread the divinity around. So I take this on to work on myself and cleanse myself free from all that would hold me back. I am that free bird. I am that angel that is going to ensure to create an environment of bliss around. I am not small enough to be ruled by the attachments that would pull me down. Because I have Supreme Father's hand in my hand. I stand in gratitude of having this opportunity to be a part of this divine world. And I commit to do justice to it by getting out the best in me. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Drama. Thank you, Divine Family. Om Shanti.
Brilliant, brother. Thank you. Have a wonderful Sunday, all my divine family.
Om
Thank you.
Shanti.
Om Shanti. See you again tomorrow morning at 5:30.